The show never ever ends, and the inspiration when it comes to recipes neither. We have something that's gonna, I think, help you out a little bit because, we're taking things and we look at food wastage. It's a big deal nowadays. You don't want to just throw away your leftovers. You want to use them and utilize them. So this morning, looking to elevate your meal ideas with some delicious sides, you can try our savory rice and creamy garlic mash. Now we're going to show you how to make them, but the savory rice offers a flavorful herby twist on a classic staple, perfect for complementing any main dish really. Meanwhile, the creamy mash delivers rich, smooth comfort with a hint of garlic that enhances its creamy texture. And together, these sides will make your meal memorable and satisfying. G, thanks for joining me, my buddy.
Absolute pleasure. Well, I've been your hype guy. I've been your wingman in the kitchen
You
today,
have.
and I'm proud to do that. And I'm so glad that we're doing mash restaurant quality level, because I often fall short with my mash because it's missing just a few little magic
A little something,
tidbits.
yeah. But first, how often are you left over with rice? Dude.
Almost every time we cook rice, there is always that final little kind of bit that and now you've stuffed yourself, you don't want to, you're like, but it's a tiny amount of I'm really going to put this in a bucket to keep it tomorrow. No, make a meal.
Exactly. So what we've done here, we've got some diced carrots, we've got some onions and some garlic already frying up in here nicely. And now we're going to bejewel it. All right? So
well, I like this because we really are fortifying the rice with a lot of the right kind of nutrients.
Absolutely. So you see, we're just going to add some extras to it right now. We've got some spices, we've got some cumin and some paprika.
Very nice. And it looks gorgeous.
Salt and pepper. Oh, buddy boy.
Instagram ready.
Yeah, it's something different, and it's just, to zhuzh it up a little bit so you can utilize that leftover rice that's in the pot afterwards, because normally we make too much.
Yeah, no, completely. Well, this kind of almost becomes like a little mini paella type vibe here because there's so much flavor in the rice. The rice becomes the main meal.
So some chicken stock went in there as well.
Oh, very
Now we're going to mix it, and then we're just going to add some water. So
because of course you're working with something that is super absorbent, that's going to absorb those flavors. So get the stock in, get the flavors in there so the rice can kind of be that sounding board.
Absolutely. So what we're going to do with this is we're just going to reduce it now a little bit, wait for it to heat up nicely, and then we're just going to add our leftover rice into this beautiful mixture that we just created here. So we'll leave that for a second, and we'll move on to the mash.
And that starts tomorrow's meal, because now you just need to add a protein or something like that, or have it on its own.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy, talk to me about what's going into this mash.
So we've got potatoes.
Delicious.
Believe it or not. It forms the basis of any mash. So what we're going to do is we're just going to zhuzh it up with some extra flavor. So we've got some garlic.
Okay.
That you can pop in there.
And I think roast your garlic off if you can. If you've got an air fryer and you've got a whole kind of clove of garlic, roast it off, squeeze it out. That flavor development is beautiful.
Some chives.
Beautiful.
A little bit of
sout.
Bietjie sout. Gaan jy vir ons bietjie mash?
I will. Do you want the butter in now?
Yes, sir. Go for it. Nice salt. And then whilst you mash, I'll put some cream in there.
It's always that first one on TV where you're like, did they actually cook these things, or am I going to have to pretend that they did? And I'm just going to use every ounce of strength. No, but our kitchen team, they know how to take us perfectly to number 99 so that we can steal all the glory in the last 5 minutes, literally.
Absolutely.
I love this. And I think the addition of a hard cheese, a nice Italian like a pecorino or something like that, magic. I think that is absolutely brilliant. And we're going to pop that in just a moment, but that looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. So whilst you're going there, you can pop me the grater, and I'll give you a little bit of this parmesan.
And I don't know how you feel. I mean, you can go as far as blending and really working it through. I quite like something slightly more rustic.
Yes.
I don't want to be eating like a paste. It must still feel like a food, But some people like it absolutely smoothed out. You do you, baby. You do however you
so
like.
There we go. You can look at that. Perfect.
Oh my word, this smells amazing.
It smells amazing, especially with the chives and the garlic. It's such a great combination with the parmesan going in there as well. And look at that. So look how beautifully this has been reduced now, just in a couple of minutes that we've been chatting away. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add our rice in there.
That sauce is thickened beautifully. I mean,
Nicely done, eh?
We've staked a pretty good claim here to turn these sides into mains, okay?
Exactly.
Would you like a side of steak with your mashed potatoes, sir?
There we go.
Beautiful.
So we're going to mix this in nicely.
Great.
And look how beautiful this comes together. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit, because obviously our rice is now cooked already. It's a nice way of heating it through.
The funny thing is I joke about that, but now there are people sitting out there thinking, okay, what meat can I buy to have with my mash tonight?
Exactly. Pork sausages.
Yeah, exactly. Woo, don't get me started. Make a little kind of a well for the gravy in the mash and the pork sausages on the side. Absolutely love this. I think we have heroed some things that often get overlooked. A little bit of leftover milk, a little bit of leftover rice,
Yes.
maybe one or two, and I often have that lonely potato or those lonely two potatoes sitting in the cupboard.
Yeah. It's like because they're too little to use on its own, but it's too, what do you do with them?
Well, this is the thing. Open your spice cupboard, check out the herbs that you've got in your fridge, go back over today's show and just look at one of probably about 30 different flavor combinations we've used today. Absolutely beautiful. And of course, we did have a protein today, and it was our beautifully cooked chicken livers, which Ewan did with aplomb. Can we get a round of applause for the food styling on the show today?
Come on.
Absolutely beautiful.
Absolutely.
And I say that it's a kind of a two-edged sword because we have to try and emulate what they put together. But absolutely scrumptious. It looks beautiful. I love the notion of the pull-apart bread. But we have given you what looks like a restaurant-quality meal out of the leftovers today. So
exactly.
Just think along those lines.
Beautiful.
That looks
Buddy,
great.
look how beautiful this looks. We've got the yellow rice in there. Contrasts so beautifully with the red, the green, and obviously it will be so flavorful with all of the spices that we put in there with the garlic as well. And I mean, this definitely is a win-win mash recipe for sure. So as you can see, it's in our final product there. Little drizzle of some melted butter on top, a little bit of extra Parmesan on there. So if you want your hands on the recipe to these beautiful sides that will elevate any dish at home, you can head on over to our website, expressoshow.com. It's there. And also, whilst you're there, sign up for that newsletter because you'll also get all the recipes in our newsletter.
You think this will make it onto the Friday newsletter?
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Absolutely. I mean, it's all there. So there you have it, expressoshow.com for all that recipe inspiration from us to you. Well, because we work so hard in the kitchen, my man.